Welcome to So Much to Talk About. My pleasure to have former National League Manager of the Year as well as current New York Yankee Manager, Joe Girardi. Pleasure to have you on.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, indeed. And this cause for your foundation, Catch 25 Foundation, and talk about, of course, Alzheimer's has struck all of our families, including your father.
It's really important to us because, there's so many times that I wish I could talk to my father about things. My father's 77, is in the final stages, and that he can enjoy the grandkids and enjoy, what's going on in our life. And he was a huge baseball fan, and he wore his Yankees World Series ring from 1996 so proudly, and I wish he could enjoy this. And it's important for us to raise awareness about the disease and find a cure.
Being from Chicago and everything, talk about the importance of what you learned to be a catcher and to be a leader, because you're pretty much leading the pitching staff, and talk about the things you learned coming up and how your father influenced you.
Well, baseball is so much about pitching, and as a catcher you learn how to, in a sense, manage what you have in the bullpen and how many innings you have to get your starter through, and that if you got your closer that night, and it's almost like managing a game, because I would go home every night and think, how am I going to get my starter through 7 tonight? And my father was always there to play catch with me. He was always there to feed the machine to me, to hit with me. Whatever we wanted, my father was there, and that's why I miss him so dearly.
I wanted to ask you, what you did with that Marlin team, I have so much respect for, with all those young players, Miggy Cabrera, Josh Johnson, Dan Ugler, Hanley Ramirez. What are the things that you taught them that you see them doing right now?
Well, the one thing that you try to teach is you try to teach the fundamentals. You try to teach being accountable and being prepared every day, and they bought into it, and they did all the work. And it was a great group of kids. They played hard every day. You could never tire them out. They all seemed to be 22 or 23 years old, and we had a fun year. We were in the wild card hunt until the last week, and it was a lot of fun for us.
I wanted to ask you, there's a lot, you've had some criticism here in New York. Talk about, for the audience, the importance of sticking to your guns and sticking to your vision no matter what anyone else says.
Well, no matter who manages, the New York Yankees, you're always going to be criticized because everyone's going to have a different viewpoint on how you should do things. That's the great thing about baseball. It moves slow, and everyone can be an armchair manager. And you stick to the fundamentals. You stick to what you believe that your players can do best, and that's how you manage your team. You can have a philosophy in managing, but if you don't have those pieces to do that, then you have to adapt to the players you have.
It's so far a very good season so far. Talk about the strengths and what needs to be worked on going into the summer.
Well, I think one of our strengths is how resilient we are. We've had a lot of tough losses. We've went through some difficult times where we've lost 3 or 4 in a row to division rivals and been able to bounce back. And that's what I love about this club. And as far as what we need to work on, we just need to get better as a whole. You can look at every aspect of the game, and I believe that we can get better. These guys are working their tails off, and I'm very proud of them.
Well, I want to say, Mr. Girardi, pleasure to have you on So Much to Talk About. I know the Yanks will be headed into the playoffs for sure. Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.